Hello, beautiful people. Hope you guys are doing well, and thank you so much for joining today. So, today, this video is going to be about a particular visa type you can take and you japa abroad, right? Yeah. The reason why I decided to talk about this today is because many of you are saying that you do not have money to follow the academic pathway, and I think there are certain things I will talk about in this video. So, if you do not have money to follow the study pathway, then you should consider options like this. But again, you need to sit down and ask yourself, why are you even making the trip? Why do you want to go to Europe, right? So you should already know this is a visa type that you can use, go abroad. But remember, it is not for you who want to study. Remember, I always say that I prefer you go through the academic pathway because when you go through the academic pathway, it's easy for you to study. Then, when you finish your study program, you can then get work or job search visa. Let me put it this way. Then, after you get the job search visa, you can now use it to apply for a job. But in certain cases, you might still search for the job after the year given to you and you may not get it. But in this case, you can re enroll again. So first, study, get the job search visa, then you apply for a job. Then the company or your employer is going to do your stay back visa for like maybe 3 or 4 years. Then with the years you spend in school, it will now contribute towards your permanent residency or citizenship, right? Like in the Netherlands. But this is not for you. If you do not have the money, no problem at all. You can use this visa type. But while using this visa type, understand that it's getting complicated in Europe, and most governments now they are saying that they want to close their borders. Others are saying that, oh, we have too many immigrants in our country and we don't need more. But again, these are laws that are always maybe, let's say, they always say these things all the time, right? But it's a bit trickier now. But I would prefer, rather than you going through the Sahara, if you have money to apply and the required documents to apply for something like a short stay visa, then when you go in, you ask for Aduro, that would be the best option. But make sure you have money. Don't go to any country without money because at the end of the day, you need accommodation to stay inside, right? But before I proceed, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been sharing. Thank you to those who have been watching. We have so many people who are moving abroad. Very soon we will be moving around Europe. I would like to connect with you guys, right? So in case you want to meet me, just use my email below. If you need an appointment with me, one-on-one call, please book from the video description box. My education is so heavy. Right now, I'm somewhere trying to study and I'm also making sure that I bring material to you, right? So let's talk about this visa type. It's a Schengen visa. Now, if you check this channel very well, you will notice that I have many videos about the Schengen updates. Let me say the Schengen visa, by the way, is not an update. And so many things are changing, like I said. But first, if you want to go abroad, you don't want to study, this is what you need to know. You can take the Schengen visa, then when you get to the country, you ask for Aduro, right? But you need to know where you are going to enter. You need to know the country you want to go. First thing first, let me say I have a friend. We actually talk. The person is in the Netherlands because for me, I study here, I live in the Netherlands now. So the person is in the Netherlands and so many other people as well. Okay. Now, if you want to go to the Schengen zone or any country in Europe via the Schengen visa, note that with the visa you can enter all the other Schengen nations or countries. I think there are about 27, 28, or 29, right? Something like that. But just know that the visa is going to take you within those countries for free. You don't need any other thing. But you can only stay maximum 3 months, right? Then you exit again. Then you can come back after 6 months, something like that. But this visa can be given to you even for maybe 3 or 4 years. It doesn't matter. But make sure you have the right documents. Make sure you have money. It's very important. We are going to talk about the proof of funds. But first, documents, proof of funds, very important. If you do not have travel history, I said in one of my videos that travel history is very important if you want to apply for Schengen visa. But it doesn't mean that if you do not have travel history, you can't apply. Apply. Luck is not, let's say, not everybody with travel history can get a Schengen visa. Not everybody without travel history can't get a Schengen visa, right? The person I know, like I said, she's very close. She didn't have travel history as I know, but if you have travel history, is an upper hand for you, advantage for you. And if you still don't have, try to get it if you can. Okay, it's very important. Then all these things, it all depends on what you are doing. Again, try to get travel history. If you can't get it, then it's fine. You can maybe just put in for your visa application if you have the right documents. One thing first, if you have the right documents, don't forget this statement from me. Now, let's go to some of the things. Travel stamps. You see those stamps you are neglecting. Maybe you are traveling from Nigeria to Ghana or Ivory Coast. You need those stamps. Okay, if you have the possibility to collect those stamps, collect them, because when you are applying for Schengen visa, they will always ask you, have you ever traveled before? Do you have any evidence? Then those travel stamps now will help you. Then, if you have past visas, and when applying for Schengen visas, you also need those visas as evidence, right? To I usually tell people, because somebody was asking me, Milton, why did you spend so much money to travel abroad to the Netherlands, and why didn't you use Schengen visa? I could have used a Schengen visa, but like I said, Schengen visa, it's very tricky. I had travel experience already. Before I even came to the Netherlands, I already had 3 visas and 4 residence cards or residence permits in my international passport. Yeah, because some countries will give you residence permit in your passport, others will give you like a card. What I have in the Netherlands now is a card. Okay, but other places like North Cyprus and those petty countries, they will give you the stamps. Now, those visas will help you during your application. Then, also remember, I want to say these things now because somebody was asking me, if you intend to travel using a Schengen visa, you need to ask yourself, which country do I want to go? Remember, the Schengen visa can take you to all the other Schengen countries, but you need to know which country you want to enter first. And if you already know the country you want to enter first, then you should use their embassy to apply for the visa. Now, you also need to understand that some countries have high acceptance rate, others don't. So I will advise you to always choose countries with high acceptance rate. And in this case, Italy should be your number one priority, because comparing what has been happening now, I know so many students who got visas to Italy. I know so many students who got visas to Lithuania. Therefore, if they are getting approval for student visa, it means that any other visa type would be accessible as well, right? So try to look at these 2 countries, and of course, they are all Schengen members. So, but you should remember one thing: in Italy, as a tourist, you have to pay 10 euros each night if you are going to stay in a hotel, okay, in Italy. Then if you are going to be staying in a hostel, you are going to be paying 5 euro as a tourist, right? Remember, your visa is a Schengen visa, and this visa you can either apply as a tourist, like you are going for touristic purposes. Then you can also apply as if you are going for a business trip. You can equally apply as if you are going for medical reasons. You can also apply as if you are going for a conference. You can also apply as if you are going to visit somebody. All these categories are under the Schengen visa. So sometimes when you go to these here people, I'm now talking to those of you who go to agents and pay them millions. When you go to them and they tell you that you we would do visa for you and you will go to Europe, ask them, what type of visa do you want to do for me? If they say a Schengen visa, ask them, which type of Schengen visa? Don't be working your small job in Nigeria. Like, you shouldn't be a petty business person and somebody says he wants to do business visa for you. Just know that the documents they are going to do is cutting donkey. You know the meaning of cutting donkey, right? And this cutting donkey can put you into problems. If you are working Then I think the best Schengen visa you should take should be the tourist type, like you are going as a tourist. But there are also documents associated to all of this, right? You need to also show employment letters. You need to also show your pay slips. How much is your salary? Please, if your salary is not up to 200K, 300K, don't go and tell the embassy or show evidence that you are working, because they want to be sure that the job you are doing can bring you back to your country. You get, though you have the intention that when you go in, you are not coming back, but they want to be sure that when you go, you will come back. And remember, you have to write a plan. If you are going as a tourist, you need to tell them where and where and where and where you have to visit, on which day, on which date, and all of these things. There is a video I did few months back, I think so, detailing all the documents. If you need them, comment below. Then I will bring all the documents you need in another video. So I've said this already. Remember, Romania and Bulgaria, they are also part of the Schengen zone. So you can also consider these countries. But to me, if you really want to take a visa now, a Schengen visa now, you should try to consider these two countries, Italy, Lithuania, to an extent, Netherlands. I would not prefer Netherlands, but I would say Switzerland, right? Because this is my friend. She got it from Swiss embassy. Then, but she's now in the Netherlands. I hope you understand. So that is how it is. But again, to me, I don't prefer Aduro. If you have money and you think you can chase the academic pathway, please follow the academic pathway. This is the advice I can give. But if you don't, then this should be an option for you to consider, because no matter what, Aduro will still be better than where we are coming from. Then another thing is, remember, this visa is a short stay visa, because most of you don't know. When you go to agents, they will tell you, oh, we'll do visa for you. Ask them, what type of visa? Like I said before, it's a short stay visa, and you would not stay longer than 3 months, except you ask for Aduro. And when you ask for Aduro, sometimes they will not give you working documents after until a certain period of time. So please put all these things into consideration. It's so important, right? Then we are going to talk about the proof of funds of you getting a Schengen visa, and I will be talking about this in another video, so you actually understand what you are going to do.